Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven.
All right, so you know what the sign is, right? Like the sign in heaven about him. It's a chariot.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole scenario is just when you go to 2 Thessalonians, it tells you that in the twinkling of an eye. So when the chariots appear, so to speak, if you can imagine this according to the scripture, right? The missiles go off, and in the twinkling of an eye, that's when the deliverance comes. So even the elect, the hopeful elect, I'm going to say it present tense, the hopeful elect is in fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, because it's a quick thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the sign are those that chariot and those chariots. That chariot, I call it faithful, but he that rides in it is called faithful, right? There's a term, the father's ship, right? You have to. There's levels to what I'm really saying. I'm just scratching the surface about that great sign. And as the brother just mentioned, Esau is going to do his best to mimic it, like what's going on there in Middle not Middle Earth, but no, North Pole. If you're following that, Hollow Earth. They just found a chariot there and all this life. Go ahead, bring it up.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound.
So this is what we're waiting for, man, to be changed, man. All right, so that's why these great signs and wonders of the so-called white man doesn't entice us, right? We don't want no brain chip. We don't want nothing downloading our brain, man. We're waiting to be changed in the twinkle of an eye. So it's like, bam! So all your brothers who are like looking at other nations and say, man, you know what? Like, I got this cursed skin because like when you got red skin, man, red is synonymous to sin in the Bible. Okay, we read Isaiah 1 and 18. Scarlet, it's sin. You know what I'm saying? So in a moment, a twinkle of an eye, we shall be changed.
Okay. At the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
That's who died in this truth, man. Right? So if your brother's in this truth and you died doing this work, you're first gonna be raised up. Right?
Right to the chariot.
And we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
This stinking, dirty body that you have to use like deodorant on your armpits, and sometimes it doesn't work, man. It smells stinks, like onions. Right?
Constantly have to maintain your body or else it breaks down.
Gone.
Right? It corrupts.
Back's hurting you. I mean, you got bad breath. You gotta buy gum.
But in the kingdom, you're not gonna have to do any of these things. Your body's just gonna be like that. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Gone.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
This mortal, this body, gonna get a forever body, man. Forever young.
Forever young.
You know? Yeah. Read.
And this also it ties into Hebrews the 8th chapter. When it goes down, the Lord is going to write the laws in our mind. Because that's what really makes us immortal. It's not our body, it's the word itself.
Spirit.
So verse 54, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
So you guys know what that means? You brothers know what that means?
Verse in general?
No, what you just said, death in victory. What does that mean? You guys know what that means?
Not entirely. I have like an inkling of what it
Because they're going to kill all the 2/3 of the people.
Death is swallowed up
In victory.
in victory. Death is swallowed up in victory. think?
right?
Let's break it down.
So basically that means we're not gonna die. We're not gonna die ever
And we're
again.
not gonna sin because the wages of
Yeah,
sin
yeah.
is death.
Fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right there.
And you can't sin, you can't die.
Yeah.
And that's beyond back to Eden.
Okay, back in Matthew 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound, with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that the summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all things, know that it is near, even at the door. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled. This generation shall not pass until all things be fulfilled. So don't think you have no pension to go get, man, and go collect. You catch your GICs and all, you're a bullshit. You've been saving up. This generation, man, in your lifetime, you're gonna see this shit. All right. What's this shit? This glorious goodness, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
This banquet of Babylon. You won't see women wearing pants anymore, right? Acting like men, cross-dressers, right? Because men wear pants.
That's right.
They're saying, who wears the pants in this house?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's confusion because you got the girls wearing pants. When the girls are wearing dresses and skirts, man.
It's true.
Verse 35. Heaven and earth shall pass. Salakia. Verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled. 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
That's right. So that's why we wait, man. Patiently. We suffer and we wait for it. Even Yahushua doesn't know when the Most High is going to send him down. Right?
No, not the angels of heavens, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of man, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
So they had no clue what was coming. They didn't know the Most High was going to flood the whole earth back then. So they were eating, marrying, like the scripture's saying. And Noah, being a prophet at the time, was telling them, "Yo, this is going to." It never used to rain back then. That's why now That's why you see a rainbow, because the rainbow is actually a promise from the Most High that He's not going to flood the earth anymore. That's where that came from. But just like how we're doing now, we're out here speaking, and everybody's walking around, living in their own life, getting married and doing what they want, and then all of a sudden destruction will come.
Boom.
Boom.
Hit the glass house. This is a glass house. Okay?
We're the rocks.
That's right.
The scriptures are the rocks.
Well, it didn't rain missiles before either. No one has seen missiles rain, right?
Yeah.
And we're telling them that it's going to rain missiles. Okay, ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Lord's army, part of his army.
Gone. It's artillery, man.
Artillery army.
It's true.
Marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah, such as Noah, entered into the ark. So until we get beamed up, men, into the ships, then destruction. Okay? Then destruction is gonna come. I'm gonna watch it, man. I don't want you people burn. Fire.
And also too, it also means that it also means these people are still gonna be in the world doing everything that they're doing
They're gone.
until we get beamed up. It shows you how stuck they are in this society. They'll see all these things happen and still be in the world. Well, really, or people.
And knew not until the flood came. As the brother said.
Gone.
They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
You see, where we're preaching, no spectators. Everyone's going to own merry way. He has to go see his boyfriend. A man goes see his boyfriend there. She's gonna eat some bucks. You know what I mean? Because we're in a sodomite part of town, right?
Yeah.
They're just gonna go buy some weed and some coke around the corner, do some lines, right? They don't know what's coming to them, man. All right?
Yeah. That's right.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Gone.
Sort of missiles this time.
Gone. Right? So no one's gonna be left, man. Don't think your bunkers, right? Or or your mansion and your basement, your hideaway is gonna save you. He says all, man. All means all. There's doleful creatures and unclean beasts can be on this side of the world, man.
Yeah. But you know what? These elites, they have bunkers, and it will save them from destruction. But it will save them for slavery.
Gone.
Because the thing
I'm not here.
when this place gets destroyed, we need people to build it up, build up